To accept the craziness, I must perform Mr. Noisy. But why did I create this? To edit strikes. I don't know if this story might be edited to a song, but I have no idea if this is fake, but it's in my dreams. And in the ending of my dream, it glitched out. Oh, this is like my classic AC/DC songs, and this is like the tasty Coca-Cola. I've never tasted them. And I've never been to a Cadillac, and then I've only seen Mr. Noisy, like, in 2016. I love it when Mr. Noisy shouts in instance. I've never been to a wobble town like this before, and so it's later made into a song, and I made Mr. Noisy and Prairie Dawn perform it. It's for the Thurston Coke. So, moving on. Be Thurston. I've experienced technical difficulties. I'm deciding to rip this crip Coca-Cola and never be edited. Mr. Noisy was indeed a very noisy person. For example, if Mr. Noisy were reading the classic story to you, he'd be shouting at the top of his voice. And the top of Mr. Noisy's voice is indeed a very loud place. You can hear it 100 miles away. For example, when most people sneeze, you can hear that in the next room, but when Mr. Noisy sneezes, you can hear him in the next country. Now this story started when Mr. Noisy was asleep, and at his bedroom is house, which is on the top of the hill. He was snoring, and as you can well imagine when Mr. Noisy snores, this is a snore right here. It sounds more like a herd develop instead of snore. And Mr. Noisy's alarm clock rang. Mr. Noisy's alarm clock sounds like no other alarm clock in the world. It sounds like a fire engine. Mr. Noisy woke up, and so did all the people who lived in Wobbletown, which is at the bottom of Mr. Noisy's hill. Later that day, Mr. Noisy decided that he had to go shopping. He went out of his house, shutting the door behind him. The door wobbled. The whole hill wobbled down, wobbled. Even the bird, like, wobble, then wobble. Mr. Noisy walked down the hill. Oh, he walked in the bakery, crashed with the door, and they opened it with the door. I'd like a loaf of bread, Mr. Noisy, Mrs. Crump, the baker. Mrs. Crump rambled his whole year. Mr. Noisy walked along the street to butcher shop. Call. He walked in the butcher shop, crashed with the door. Yep. Bang. With the door. No, I'd like a piece of meat. Mr. Noisy and Mrs. Oh God. And Mr. Piggy the butcher. It's so trouble to get a piece of meat. Oh my goodness. Everyone, Mrs. Crumb, in the street. We need to do something about Mr. Noisy, Mr. Noisy. Absolutely, but what? I know. Mrs. Crumb whispered in Mr. Baker's ear. And so, Mr. Baker, a smart grew into a Broadway. Mrs. Crumb, he says, I think about the answer. The following day, Mr. Noisy again was shopping down to Wobbletown. Come, he went to Mrs. Crumb's liquor shop. I'd like a loaf of bread, he boomed. So what did you say? And Mrs. Crumb must have it that Ew, I like a loaf of bread. Mr. Noisy shout. And didn't sound Mrs. Crumb wanted to petite. Whoever had their ear, can you speak up, please? I like a loaf of bread. Roared Mr. Noisy. Can't hear you, replied Mrs. Scrub. Mr. Noisy went to Mr. Bacon butcher shop again. I'd like a piece of meat, he Mr. Bacon pretended out the notes. I'd like a piece of meat, Mr. Noisy shut. Did you say something? I said, I'd like a piece of meat. Roared Mr. Noisy. Folks said anything. Why would you say folks? Mr. Noisy gave up and went out and went home and went to bed. Oh my god. The next day, Mr. Noisy tried to get. He went to Mrs. Crumb's shop. I'd like a loaf of bread. He. What? Mr. Noisy started screaming at the top of the neck. Hey, look, over there. He stopped. He thought, it's a quote. Oh my god. He says quietly, I'd like a loaf of bread, please, Mrs. Crumb. And Mr. Noisy went to him. Oh, I'd like a piece of meat. Did you say something? Yes, I did, screamed Mr. Noisy. Then don't let me look. I said it like and then he stopped. And then he thought, he said, what? I'd like a piece of meat, please, Mr. Bacon. Thurston, did you edit this? Requesting this to King Mr. Noise set off home up the hill. Clup, 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 and then he stopped. And then he thought that you know what he did? He tiptoed. A tiptoe was something Mr. Noise. You never trouble. It was fun. Mr. Noisy arrived at his door. He put up his hand to open the door. And then he stopped. He said, come a good thought. That he know what he did. He opened the door. He's outside. They shut the door by immediately. Không biết đâu mà con tới trả lời từ mình đến đâu ở xây nó blah then something mình đến đâu mình see this like a sub says he's so the boat walked on the lots but Mrs. Crumb and Mr. Bacon. Oh my god, you know something else. Mr. Noisy has even learned how to whisper that. Why is the song edited? Mấy bà cứ mời có từ bị edit. Come on. It's you pits to be Thurston. Hi guy. Edit commercials. Oh my goodness. And it's a Steven. It's Steve. Oh good. Should you edit Steve? Steve's cheese did I steal? Yes. Worse than that walking free song by Micah Tyler. Be Thurston if you want my crazy Freddy crazy feist. Thirsted. Why the good edit Miss Chatterbox, Miss Bossy, and Miss Splendid. Oh, maybe should you add it, Mr. Noisy? Why should you